is going on, guys, and welcome back to another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. Today I have a PU match. This one is against Jar Jar from Twitter. I'm bringing a pretty interesting team. These are a couple of the Pokemon that I'm practicing with for my PU EXP and U League, so yeah, it should be really interesting. My opponent has a pretty cool team over there. The one thing that kind of sticks out at me from the start is the fact that he has a damn Clefairy. Those things always manage to fuck me up in PU just because they start setting up cosmic powers and they're just extremely bulky and it's just hard to kill. Anyways, I'm gonna lead off with Wormadam Garbage Cloak, as he's going to lead off with his Raichu here. So I'm expecting probably just a Volt Switch. He actually just goes for the knockoff on the first turn, and it's going to get rid of my leftovers, but it's not going to do a whole lot of damage. And Garbage is, you know, all he's really needed to do here is just kind of set up Stealth Rocks. I feel like I could possibly win the matchup against Clefairy with this thing, having Gyro Ball and all that stuff. I don't know what attacking moves his Clefairy has, but yeah, so he's now going to go ahead and Volt Switch out of here as I got my Stealth Rocks up there, so that's really nice. He's going to end up going into his OG Pika, which is the damn Clefairy. So that's a pretty clever nickname, considering I think Clefairy was like almost going to be the mascot for Pokemon, and then Pikachu was better because he was yellow and shit. I don't know though, but I went for a Toxic on the Switch, and it's not going to do a damn thing to the Clefairy, obviously, because it has Magic Guard, so that sucks. But here I'm just going to go switch straight into my Drifblim here, as he's just going to set up one Cosmic Power, pretty much as I expected. I really need to get this this thing knocked off. I need to get its Eviolite off here, because with the Eviolite and Cosmic Powers, it has so much fucking defense. But yeah, so I get its Eviolite out of there. That's really nice, because now it's, you know, not going to be as scary, but he sets up another Cosmic Power, which is going to raise both of his defenses, so now this thing is fucking beastly. Honestly, if Toxic would work on this thing, it wouldn't be so damn difficult, but that thing is annoying. So I'm going to go ahead and switch into Garbage here, because I did not really know what kind of attacking move he wanted to throw at me. So he goes for a Moonblast. It is obviously not going to do a whole lot of damage to Garbage here, as I'm going to go for a Gyro Ball, but he has fucking Flamethrower, so he's got that Fairy Fire coverage. This thing is pretty much the PU version of like the OU Clefable. So that's, you know, that's a bummer. I didn't expect it to have Flamethrower, but you know, what are you gonna do? So I now decide to switch into Saucebuck here. I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna start playing with some swords. I know it has Flamethrower, but it's not Stab, and Clefable just really doesn't, or Clefairy doesn't have a whole lot of special attack. So he ends up just going for a Moonlight there, which kind of reveals to me he does have Recovery, which is a pain in the ass, but yeah, so he's back to full. I figure, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and Swords Dance again. He does have 2 Cosmic Powers up, so I know that I can live a Flamethrower from this thing. I can maybe even live 3 of them. That's, you know, at least the inference. That's kind of what I was hoping, but yeah, so he goes for another Cosmic Power. That's like, oh shit, so I'm just going to go for a Horn Leash just to see how much this does. It ends up doing a lot of damage, considering it has, you know, fucking insane defenses at this point, but yeah, so he goes for a Flamethrower, luckily does less than half, and I was like, holy shit, thank God. At this point, I can probably actually just Swords Dance again, as he's going to end up switching out. He knows that he's not going to be able to win the matchup there, as he's going to switch into his Jumpluff here. So actually, wait, no, I think I go for the Horn Leech again, just because I wanted to get some more health back. As, yeah, so I do go for the Horn Leech. It is going to hit this pink-ass Jumpluff. I just realized Shiny Jumpluff looks naked. It's kind of funny, he's all pink like a naked mole rat, but so the Horn Leech actually does a dickload of damage, and I was like, alright, Saucebuck fucking with 2 Swords Dances is nothing to mess around with, and this thing is fast as hell. But okay, so he goes for an Acrobatics with the Jumpluff, so I knew that I was going to be able to take at least 1 Acrobatics from the Jumpluff. Luckily it wasn't able to get up any Swords Dances or anything, but I go for one more Horn Leech. It does not actually end up taking out the Jumpluff, and I was like, well, fuck my life. So I have to end up switching out Saucebuck here, but with the, you know, recovery from the Horn Leech and the leftovers, I'm in a pretty good spot. So I'm going to save Milwaukee for later, and I'm going to end up going into Cool Whip here, because I knew he was going to Acrobatics. I knew I could take that, obviously. And yeah, so he goes for another Acrobatics. Not going to do a whole lot to Cool Whip over here, and he actually goes for the Sleep Powder and misses. And I was like, oh, tough luck, bro, but you should have died from that last Horn Leech anyways. But Drifblim is able to just go for the knockoff, and that is going to take out the Jumpluff. So that's really nice. He actually ended up having a Focus Sash, so I was like, okay, cool. But he's now going to go into his Mightyena here, as I was kind of, you know, worried about what this thing was going to be. I kind of expected it to be one of those, like, Quick Feet variants, so I ended up going for the knockoff, hoping to get rid of its status condition, but it shows me that he was actually just Life Orb, and he just hits me with a powerful Crunch, and down goes the Drifblim. So I should have probably just gone for the Destiny Bond there. It would have been the better play, but I'm really not too worried about Mightyena, especially with his Life Orb gone. He's not going to be able to, oh, nope, never mind, he has Moxies. Okay, so yeah, this thing is still pretty fucking scary, but I'm just going to switch in Basculin. I know that I should be able to outspeed, so I'm just going to go for a Waterfall, as he actually ends up going for the Sucker Punch, and Basculin lives it with 5 HP. I was like, holy tits. that could have been scary right there. He would have had another Moxie boost, and this Mightyena might have fucked me up. But yeah, so I'm able to kill that thing off with a waterfall. Very nice, as now he's going to switch into his Dusknoir. So this thing kind of, you know, fucks up my team. Considering I already lost to Driftblim, I don't have a whole lot I can really do to this thing. So I'm honestly just going to go ahead and switch out Basculin. My main plan would be to go for the Crunch with Basculin. I am Choice Banded. A Choice Banded Crunch would hurt that thing, but I know that he probably runs Shadow Sneak. So not going to happen there with only 5 HP. I'm not going to be able to get a Crunch off there. So I'm going to have to start doing some chip damage to this thing if I want to get this fucking Dusknoir out of here. So I switch out into Marty, and Marty takes a Shadow Sneak like a boss, and I actually expect to switch into his Raichu. I felt like he probably had a Lightning Rod Raichu, so I didn't want to just go straight for the Thunderbolt because it seemed like a pretty obvious switch into that thing. I would have loved to catch it off guard, and you know, with the overheat it would have done a lot of damage and probably killed that thing. But he actually stays in. He is able to retaliate with an Earthquake, and down goes Marty. So over predictions got the best of that guy. Sorry, Marty. I failed you, bro. I failed you. But at least with the overheat, I did do enough damage to the point where I can revenge kill this thing. So I'm going to switch into Pinhead version 2 here, who is my Heatmor, and I'm just going to go for a Fire Blast. That is going to end up taking out the Dusknoir. Life Orb Heatmor is a fucking beast. I love this thing. No one ever uses Heatmor. You guys got to show this thing love, man. It's kind of ugly, but I fucking love this guy. But now he's just going to go into his Flareon here, as I don't really have any moves I can really hurt this thing. I actually end up staying in though because I want to kind of see what this Flareon's gonna do here. So he goes for the Protector. I really did not want this thing like setting up a substitute or just something weird, so I ended up just going for the Superpower. Oh wait, no, I went for the Sucker Punch. So he, with the Protect, shows me that he is gonna be a Guts Flareon, which does hit pretty damn hard, so I have to be definitely a little bit afraid of that thing, as now he's going to switch directly out into his Clefairy here on the next Sucker Punch, so obviously he didn't want his Flareon taking a Sucker Punch. With the Clefairy in here, I need to make a quick switch into Milwaukee, just because I don't want this thing obviously setting up its fucking all sorts of cosmic powers and shit. So he goes for the Moonlight actually, which is going to bring him back to full, but considering he doesn't have any of his cosmic power boosts, he's honestly not that scary. He doesn't have his Eviolite item, so I feel at this point I could maybe start getting a sweep with Milwaukee here. So I'm just going to go for the Swords Dance, which is really nice. I mean, I know that I can take another Flamethrower from him. I'm just really hoping that I'm not going to get burned. So I'm like, no burn please, no burn, and I don't get burned. I was like, holy shit, thank God. So the cool part about this Saucebug here is I can go for the Horn Leech, and that's going to get enough health back to the point where I can actually live another Flamethrower. So that's really cool. Does a lot of damage and brings me up above half, meaning I can take a Flamethrower again, hoping I don't get burned, and guess what? I get fucking burned. So that's kind of shitty, but I mean, I guess I do have attack boost with the Swords Dance, honestly, so I'm really not that worried, but yeah, so I just have to go for another Horn Leech at this point and kind of just hope that it's able to knock this thing out. But he actually ends up switching. So I just go for the Horn Leech either way, just because I know that I'm going to need some health back, as he's going to switch into his Flareon. So this thing is going to take Stealth Rock's damage, and then he's going to go ahead and take this this Horn Leech to the face. And that Flareon is not really going to actually like that. Even burned, that does a lot of damage. It's actually a 2-hit KO. Plus, I know that Saucebug is going to be able to actually outspeed this thing. So with the Horn Leech recovery and the leftovers, the burn damage is not going to do enough to knock me out, obviously. And the Flareon's over there getting hurt by his poison. He hasn't even gotten an attack off yet. And Flareon, sorry Flareon, you kind of got fucked up there, buddy. So I'm able to outspeed this thing, go for another Horn Leech that is going to take out the Flareon, which is really nice. Going to give me just enough health with the leftovers. Obviously, I'm just not going to go down with this this fucking burn. So a burned Saucebug is still a good Saucebug. This thing is amazing. In PU especially, it's so damn fast. It can have the ability to like baton pass the attack boost. The idea with this team is actually to like baton pass the Swords Dances off to Basculin and just be able to hit it extremely hard. But yeah, so now he's going to bring out the Clefairy again. A Horn Leech is actually able to take this thing out. Even burned, Saucebug does not give a fuck about being burned. He's just an absolute monster. So down goes the Clefairy, and I believe all he has left is the Raichu at this point. So, yeah, you pretty much know the deal. Getting hurt by my burn, I'm still at 54 HP, so I'm looking fucking nice and healthy, as he's going to bring out his Raichu, get hurt by that Stealth Rock's damage, and I know that this thing is actually going to be able to outspeed me, because Raichu's quick as fuck, but he actually goes for the Volt Switch there. He told me after the match that he didn't want to go straight for the Volt Tackle, because he didn't want the extra damage, plus he knew that I would be able to take him out with Basculin anyways, but yeah, so I just am able to live that Volt Switch, and a Jump Kick is going to take out the Raichu. So that was a really good game, Jar Jar. Thank you for the match, man. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button, and you know, I'll love you forever. Also, just a little bit of an update on my EXPNU PU League. We will be starting our matches within these next couple weeks here, so I will be uploading all of my league matches on my channel, so that should be pretty interesting. I've never really done like a league format before, so I think it should be pretty damn interesting. So yeah, you guys will be able to find all those battles on my channel, so yeah, go Polyraths, fuck yeah.